Card Talks. What should we talk about? Should it be a history episode or technology of some sort? It's a cool and up and coming technology. Artificial intelligence, I think will do a lot of cool things for us. Solid state battery of some sort. Looks like quantum computers are starting to, become things of reality. So. Well, they have been like quantum supremacy now. So that's gonna be pretty cool. Genetic engineering? I don't know, sometimes I wonder like if genetic engineering will start to have like that Gattaca level takeoff. I honestly don't think it will, really. At least not for like the next 30 years. I think by the time, we get, there's like really the commercial backing behind, or there's the ability to have a commercial backing behind, genetic engineering. Well, you'll be able to be a transhumanist. So, like why do you need to genetically modify your body for transhumanist? I mean, you may want to, but what do you think the future's gonna look like? I should have done one of these card talks a while ago. So, where to start? I think it's gonna be good, mostly. I think, some people kind of envision it's going to be like Mad Max. I don't think those people really. I think you're being a little hyperbolic. Things would have to get really bad for Mad Max, like actual apocalypse. I think most people have this vision of, kind of like giant corporations steamrolling people, which may not be too far off, honestly. Or look like a James Cameron film. So you got the Resource Distribution Agency was the villains in Avatar. You probably got like a giant corporation like that. Amazon comes to mind. You might have a company like that. Sometimes I wonder if companies will even exist in a while, or if enough people get angry and just go socialist. I do think there will be I do think at least in the next 10 years, or maybe not next 10, but I think public sentiment is growing for a more socialist cause. And I don't think that that sentiment is quite at the tipping point yet. But I think in maybe in our 6 years, we'll start to see some really openly socialist people running the government. At high levels. So you see some people who really shouldn't be in office running, and they'll probably do a considerable amount of damage. And then I do think it will die down though, maybe 10 years later, and then probably have a more technology-based resurgence. you know, like fear of larger corporations. It's going to prompt the public to, you know, demand action, and they'll actually get it this time. You know, like I don't think Google's going to last past like 2040. Honestly. Who knows, you know, like today we kind of like vilify a lot of like the legacy car companies and tobacco companies and stuff, or gasoline companies for like, you know, hiding all these terrible things they did. You know, maybe in the future we'll kind of vilify Google a little bit, and tech companies for, you know, like censoring stuff, policing thought. Yeah, they do. I don't think I've ever seen a Donald Trump tweet in my feed ever. I don't know why that is. I think other people have. I mean, I follow like 1,000 people, so I don't expect to see them often. Well, I've been on Twitter for like about 2 years. I would have expected to see a Donald Trump tweet, you know. It seems like he's kind of like the only one that's really been censored. It's not because of like notifications turned on either, you know. I mean, like Trump tweets a ton, right? So does Elon Musk. I have both of their notifications turned on, and Buzz Aldrin. I see Buzz Aldrin and Elon Musk tweets in my feed, but I never see Trump tweets in my feed. I don't know why. I think it's unethical. You know, I think they're doing something, and I think what they're doing is unethical. And you know, I hope someone's held accountable. I don't think they will be though. I think the company will eventually be held accountable, but they'll be very powerful, and it will be a difficult thing to do. You know, I see things going more towards the good than the bad, you know. Sort of focusing on the bad parts. But I think, you know, you'll see like quality of life will go up, even though a lot of metrics may be telling you it's not going up. I think you will see it go up a little bit. I think income inequality will expand, you know, but like even like, well, I don't know, like I think if like the government tries to fix too many problems, you'll start to see a lot of issues, especially something like a federal jobs guarantee. I think that would really hurt the country. You know, and I think we'll have problems with our healthcare industry for a while, and you know, I think we'll have problems with Social Security and Medicare, and Medicaid. I think we'll have problems funding those. We'll go into a recession over it. And I think it'll be kind of like a long-lasting recession too. Awesome, yeah. But like, it'll be a bad recession, you know, but it won't be like catastrophic type thing, you know. Like, people will be poor, but they won't struggle, I think. Or they won't struggle a lot. You know, it's just, you know, you might find them working like 50 hours a week. And they often don't have a job. Actually, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I wonder if we're going to kind of get like a big setback. Which is a very real possibility. I think in like some areas of the economy, you'll definitely get a big setback. fix it. It'll be like a compounding setback. I think conservative will rise again too, a little bit. I mean, you know, some would argue like conservatism was already like at its peak. I think by like 2023 it'll be pretty big. I don't know if a conservative will win the 2024 election. I'm pretty confident conservative will win the 2020 election. But 2024, that's for sure. I don't know who to run. I mean, you know, like, I don't think there's really a lot of strong conservative contenders out there, honestly. You know, I'm trying to think. I think someone like Dan Crenshaw in the election, the presidential election, but, you know, I don't think he'll decide to run in 2024. He's only a representative, you know, I don't know. So, you know, he might win like 2 more terms as a representative. And then decide to go. Who knows? Hopefully he'll be like a successor to like Cruz or the other Texan senator. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot wrong with Ted Cruz, but I've kind of been liking him more lately. If you notice, Ted Cruz will go into a God, so much traffic, it's stupid. Ted Cruz will go onto a you know, like Jimmy Fallon. He'll go into Jimmy Fallon and play basketball with him, you know. And you know, you don't really see a lot of Democrats coming across to conservative audiences, or, you know, they're just gonna get booed and pounded and stuff. I mean, no one likes conservatives, you know, but conservatives, I feel like in a lot of ways, you know, the average media conservative is actually pretty friendly towards a Democrat or, you know, someone of different opinion. And the reason I say this is because if you watch a show like Fox, they have a man named Juan Williams on. And Juan Williams will always, you know, take the opposite side. He'll always, you know, take the Democrat side, even like in the most absurd circumstances. So he's like a, you know, diehard Democrat. And it's actually kind of weird because, you know, why would you know, conservative-leaning media outlet want to have a Democrat on? It's like, well, you know, some say it's like a sacrificial lamb, but it's, you know, here's the guys making counterpoints, and then the conservatives respond to them, and it's genuine counterpoints he's allowed to make. You know, they give him time to respond. I mean, he probably gets almost the most time out of all the people who are on the show. Juan Williams, however, was fired from PBS because they believe, you know, the comment he made was intolerant. I don't think it was a really that intolerant comment. But, you know, it shows you a lot more about the ethics of Fox versus a company like CNN or PBS, right? That they'll let, you know, a guy who no one agrees with on just so they can get, you know, different opinion and they can refine their arguments and, you know, try to see if things hold up. You know, they'll have debate. I think Republicans and conservatives actually like debate. Like, it's fun for them, and they like it. And this is just like a thing that's just innate in their character. And the reason they like it is because, you know, it creates for a good party if you have debate. The Democrat Party, you don't really get a lot of good debate, and so as you see, they have a bunch of weak candidates that no one really likes. Versus in the Republican Party, they had like 35 debates. Democrats had like 8 or something, right, in 2016. They got a great candidate who won the election. Democrats got an awful candidate who lost. Lesson learned.